That's the dress she wore to a gridiron dinner where she roasted herself and kind of made fun of the clothes that she wears. It is. The current Air Force One is twice the size.
Oh, it is?
Military aid.
Jason Rzucidlo reporting inside the Ronald Reagan Museum here in Simi Valley, California, being joined by Melissa Giller, Director of Communications. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Very good. So please start off by giving me some highlights of the museum here.
There's some great things to see, including Air Force One, which is right behind us. It flew 7 U.S. presidents, and people who come to the library actually get to walk on board it and be a part of history. We have a full-scale replica of the Oval Office decorated to President Reagan's era, a real piece of the Berlin Wall, and obviously President Reagan is buried here, so his memorial site is here as well.
Okay. Now I understand this is the most visited presidential museum. Why do you think that is?
I think for a couple of reasons. Ronald Reagan is one of the most respected presidents in U.S. history, and everyone wants to see Air Force One. I think that really is what drove up our attendance when we got it.
I understand you also have Marine One here.
We do. Right below us we have Marine One. It's actually a President Johnson era Marine One, and we also have a presidential motorcade.
Now, how did you get a section of the Berlin Wall delivered here?
We've had the Berlin Wall here almost since we opened. When the wall came down, there was a foundation in Germany that broke off large chunks and made sure important museums across the world had a piece, and they reached out to President Reagan and offered to donate it to him.
Oh, very cool. So I understand you also have the Oval Office where people can get a picture in front of it?
Yes, again, we have a full-scale replica of the Oval Office decorated to President Reagan's administration, and you can, the way the rails are angled, you can take a picture, look like you're standing right inside of it.
Oh, okay, very good. Now, what's the story of the miniature White House?
Our temporary exhibit right now is on the White House in miniature. It's a 1 foot to 1 inch scale replica decorated to the Obama administration. Every time any administration changes the decorations, the family who built it actually goes and changes all the decorations to match the White House. It's incredible.
Okay. Now I understand you had a NASCAR event here on Monday. We have a large NASCAR section, so tell me what happened there.
Yeah, we're really fortunate with the donations from the Mike Curb Records and Richard Childress Racing. There is actually now a Ronald Reagan Centennial NASCAR. It raced in Fontana just this past weekend. Current Boyer's number 33 car, and now Austin Dillon's number 98 car is going to race it. And our next temporary exhibit from May until October actually will feature NASCARs, Indy cars, NASCAR Truck Series. We'll have a whole bunch on display.
All right. Now, could you talk about the 2 restaurants that are here on site?
We have 2 restaurants, as you said, on site. One is more of a full-service cafe, hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza, salads, soups, the whole thing. And you actually sit on this indoor balcony patio, and you have gorgeous views of the Conejo Valley. And then the second one is actually inside this Air Force One pavilion. Really fun story. In '84, President Reagan visited Ballypreen, Ireland, and visited a pub called O'Farrell's. And he did so because there was a room in there called the Ronald Reagan. Well, the Ronald Reagan in 2004 closed its doors, and they shipped us their contents. So the actual tap signage, the actual bar you're sitting at, actually came from Ballypreen, Ireland. And it is, you can get a beer or a glass of wine or just have a sandwich or a salad.
Okay. Now, what are the hours and the ticket prices here?
We are open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. 7 days a week. We are only closed on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day. And currently our prices are $12 general admission, $9 if you're 62 or over, free if you're 10 or under, and $6 for 11 or 17 years old.
Okay. Finally, the location and your website.
We are located in Simi Valley, California, which is about the middle point between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara. You can just go to www.reaganlibrary.com and get all of the information.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining me today.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll show. This is the audio wand portion of it, and then you actually can go in and also go into the camera portion of it and choose between photos or video. So if we choose photos, and then you can actually go and take a picture of something, whatever it is that you would want to take. And then that's when you're done and you turn it in, the pictures and video that you took are emailed to you.
Very nice. Is there somebody doing it now? What if I did it?
You can absolutely do it.
For General Electric, here is Ronald Reagan.
Good evening. Tonight, Ann Baxter stars on the General Electric Theater, and you will see product reports that show how in the things that lead to a better line for us all. At General Electric, progress is our most important product. If every day were the same as the day before, it would make for a pretty dull life, and pretty drab storytelling. It's the changes, the unexpected, the unplanned incidents that fashion the drama of our lives. And once these changes occur, large or small, pleasant or unpleasant, the lives they touch are never quite the same again. Such is our story for tonight, the effect of the unexpected in the lives of 5 people. We're proud to present Ann Baxter, starring in Stopover.
Here is Ronald Reagan.
Good evening. Tonight, Ann Baxter stars in the General Electric Theater. You will see product reports that show how in the things that lead to a better line for us all. At General Electric, progress is our most important product.
To honoring those who served in uniform, including California's Vietnam War heroes. Mrs. Reagan visited wounded soldiers at hospitals and with her husband held special events to recognize.
Knock down regulations, he's cutting taxes. She's playing a game kind of like Life or Monopoly, like what would have happened. You can create a business. Like the stock market's really fast. So they give you some options of shares you may want to buy.
How much more?
You know, whatever. And it tells you in your 8 years what you would have done.
Oh, here's the gun.
To this day, it remains.
Kind of patterns. You can study how other presidents have made their plates, or you can have fun and actually design your own. So you choose a border, you know, and you choose a design.
Very cool.
And, you know, and then what you want in the middle. And then when you're done, it'll build it there.
Don't see that every day.
Are you ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3.